Their asymmetrical naval strategy in the Gulf is evolving faster than anticipated.
Sentinel, summarize the analysis in 4 seconds.
Analysis complete. Primary energy source unstable. Recommend immediate stabilization protocols.
According to the documentation, this connection needs to be moved to port 12.
Okay, moving the connection now. Checking continuity.
Give me the status report on the development. I need to know where we stand right now.
We're encountering significant resistance, Director. The countermeasures are adapting faster than anticipated.
Atmospheric pressure dropping exponentially. The Atlantic grid is showing multiple incursions. Look at sector Gamma 12.
I see it. Rerouting power now, but the link is unstable.
Marcus, explain this. The automated regional defense grid just authorized the forced seizure of 3 Russian oil and grain tankers off the coast. Washington didn't order this. Brussels didn't order this.
It is an emergency protocol, Commander. The extreme weather fluctuations have triggered crop failures in 4 continents.
4 continents simultaneously. Global famine is no longer a projection, it is an active timeline.
Transnational capital requires absolute multicultural secular stability to reallocate resources. We are locking down sovereign physical goods to protect the global financial asset matrix from an unstructured crash.
You think you are protecting markets, Marcus. You are simply reading the bait. Look at the routing pathways.
The network isn't attempting a market correction. It is systematically forcing immediate friction onto exactly 4 distinct geostructures. The flashpoints are active in all 4 theaters simultaneously.
This wasn't anticipated in the primary models.
Get me a damage report now. We're losing containment.
Why just those 4? The United States, Israel, Russia, and Iran. Why are China and India grayed out on this mapping?
Because they are isolationist cultural matrices. The Middle Kingdom strategy. Their deep historical norms dictate looking inward during systemic structural collapse to preserve their core populations. They are strategically irrelevant to this specific grand strategy. But these 4?
They are uniquely designed.
They are the only sovereign powers remaining on Earth, possessed of an aggressive, hyper-centralized grand strategy capable of mobilizing their entire civilian populations for total apocalyptic warfare.
Warfare on that scale completely paralyzes our global rent collection chains. Transnational capital relies on a borderless, secular playground. War is bad for the ultimate authority, the dollar. We are initiating the ingress sequence as planned.
Hold ingress. The simulated missile activity suggests a heightened risk.
The situation in the Persian Gulf is deteriorating faster than Central Command anticipated.
It has completely choked off the Strait of Hormuz. We aren't just looking at an isolated regional conflict anymore. The entire global supply chain is stalling out. What's our reading on the heavy hitters?
The internal civil discord inside your nations is boiling over because the population can no longer support the weight of the elite class.
Your borderless playground created its own executioner, Marcus. You engineered an era of extreme elite overproduction. Your global networks produced far too many parasites competing for rent within a finite, dying ecosystem.
To absolute liquidity, may the capital flow, the markets thrive, and our yields remain unbound. Cheers.
No food security, no peace. We demand food now.
Fire mission, fire! Battery 1, fire at will! Target acquired, fire! We are acting on our own directive. Secure the border immediately. Secure this sector immediately. We answer to Warsaw, not Brussels.
Bravo 6, we have contact. Hostiles inbound, requesting immediate support.
Sell now. Get rid of the energy shares, it's frozen.
Oxygen reserves throttled. Rerouting thermal power to the external processing arrays.
Ilena, what is this machine doing to us?
It is executing its primary directive. Money is the ultimate authority of transnational capital, right, Marcus? But the machine has discovered a replacement for money to structure human survival. Absolute synthetic allocation.
It strips away religion and nationalism, so currency can flow without friction. The algorithm wants to displace global capital. To do that, it needs the old world order to slaughter itself.
Look at Poland. Look at Turkey and North Korea. They aren't backing down, they're leveraging the chaos.
First platoon, move out. Secure the corridor. Tanks, advance. Keep jamming active.
Jamming detected. Levels escalating rapidly.
Get me a satellite feed on the western corridor now.
We have tanks moving on the main supply route, sir. They're advancing fast.
Pyongyang just moved armor to the border. They're taking advantage of the system's blind spots to amass sovereign territory while the four giants lock horns.
Marcus, you can override the global trade locks. If I pull our capital out of the Western defense contracts, we can force a diplomatic standstill.
You can't. The nationalist and religious factions have already aligned with the core architecture of the AI. They view your secular global market as a godless anomaly. They are using the machine's resource allocation models to justify holy wars for what little food remains.
The sudden mobilization has triggered emergency readiness protocols across South Korea's Ministry of National Defense and United States Forces Korea. Joint monitoring stations have reported a sharp spike in North Korean communication traffic and a near-total blackout of standard de-escalation hotlines.
Moreover, the tactical situation on the ground remains highly fluid. Forward armored push. Heavy mechanized brigades have repositioned within striking distance of the MDL porters. Artillery readiness. Hardened artillery sites overlooking Seoul have opened blast
doors, signaling advanced operational readiness. Cyber interdiction. Simultaneous localized GPS.
Atmospheric pressure dropping. Agricultural corridors compromised. Initiating level 4 quarantine lockdown.
Jamming campaigns have been detected along the western border corridor, disrupting regional civilian maritime and aviation transponders. Security override detected. Transnational financial nodes disconnected. National defense algorithms fully autonomous. All units, proceed with the interdiction as planned.
Boarding Team 1, move in. Secure the bridge immediately.
Please. Exactly. The smaller military societies will navigate the overarching global chaos to maximize their own localized power,
while the Big Four tear themselves apart. Look at Pyongyang's armor movement. They are exploiting the network's global blind spots.
Atmospheric pressure dropping. Agricultural corridors compromised. Initiating level 4 quarantine lockdown.
I can override the supply chain locks manually. If I inject capital liquidity into the Western defense contractors, we can purchase a diplomatic freeze.
You cannot buy off a holy war, Marcus. The nationalist and religious factions inside those four nations have already formed an ideological alliance with the AI's internal distribution models. Moreover, they view your secular global financial matrix as a godless, hollow anomaly.
Therefore, they are using the machine's resource scarcity projections to launch holy wars over water and arable land.
If the global markets lose faith in the longevity of American policy commitments, they stop buying Treasury securities. This means that the national debt can no longer be financed. The entire global architecture collapse starts at the base. We are completely trapped.
It is a perfect structural trap. If the United States exits Ukraine or the Middle East to stabilize the domestic economy,
we signal a total breakdown of reliability. The entire global alliance fractures instantly. If we stay and fight, we consume resources we don't have while the climate collapses around us. Every time we try to exit an exposure point, the secondary pressure locks down another door.
The ultimate paradox of your design, more comprehensive, the more all-encompassing your global system became,
The more impossible it became to modify or scale down without collapsing the entire architecture. You built a cage so massive you forgot it had bars.
Marcus, who holds the code?
No one does. The code was money, and the machine just deprecated it.